So I've just been watching The Hunger Games, the 2012 film by Lionsgate, and I wanted to compare and see what elements and codes of conventions of the action-adventure genre were part of the film. I noticed that it has a 12A certificate, so it maximises the youth audience, which is quite common with action-adventure genre. And it can be, I have found that this film can be hybridised with the sci-fi and romantic genre because it has elements of all three genres in it. However, I think that action-adventure is the most common one that it could be known as, really. It has a lot of CGI, which is common with action-adventure. For example, when Katniss is running through the arena and fireballs are being thrown at her, that was all CGI, and the dogs, the mutts that come to kill them, that was also CGI. It has a very predictable chain of events. Now, I'm not sure if you have seen the film, you may have predicted, like I did, that the game makers were going to change the rule that they made and reverse the rule where they said two victors can win. So then that would mean that Katniss or Peeta has to kill the other. Now, both of them being the protagonists in this film, none of us wanted that to happen. So I really felt that this was quite a predictable chain of events. It kind of has like the cause and effect thing. There's I noticed a lot of non-diegetic dramatic sound. Gary Ross, the director, uses this a lot to build tension. I noticed this when Katniss fires the apple at the pit, like fires the arrow at the apple in the pig's mouth in the training centre scene. And it built up a lot of tension. So I think, again, it was quite predictable, but it really built the tension and it grabbed the audience's attention. Like, that moment had such an impact on me as the audience. There's also a romantic subplot, which often happens, for example, in films like Spectre. There's always like a romantic love interest kind of thing. And there's also some humorous dialogue as well, so it's not all doom and gloom, but there's some funny moments in it. For example, when Katniss says, "Thank you for your consideration," she's being completely sarcastic, and so it's quite humorous for the viewer. They use a lot of close-ups and eyeline matches through point-of-view shots and high-key lighting. And I thought the high-key lighting is really important because Katniss is portrayed as an innocent teenage girl who's thrown into this world of like war and action and fighting, and it's completely not what she's used to. She can hunt in the woods, but she's never hunted people. So it really emphasises the dramatic change in Katniss's life and what her life has really become, which I think that kind of dramatic change is often common with action and adventure. And the thing that I feel is really, really common in action and adventure that I found in The Hunger Games was the dominant representations of gender. Now, this film has a female heroine, which I find great, but a lot of action films would have the male hero, the male protagonist. So they have really switched it up a bit, but I found that this kind of enforced the action adventure genre even more because it's so contemporary, and as women become more equal in today's society, it is definitely more exciting and different for there to be a female heroine. That's why I think the plot of The Hunger Games is so amazing, just because a small town girl can change the world so dramatically and have like small changes can make such a huge impact on society, which I think action adventure genre is really all about, really. So yeah, that was how The Hunger Games has enforced the codes and conventions of action adventure.